do you know what's in your supplements? I've been asked the question today, and I'm very often asked the question, okay, so Jill, why should I take your vitamins and mineral supplements rather than the stuff that I've been buying off the high street or the supermarket? And it is, in fairness, it is a good question. But it all comes down to a couple of things. One is quality, and the other one is targeted supplementation. So let's talk about quality first of all. Now, you know, there are lots and lots of companies out there that will say the same things that I'm going to tell you about the quality of their products. And, you know, I don't know about the quality of everybody's products, in fairness, but what I do know is about what Nature's Sunshine do. And I know about it because of the information that is freely available, and also some of the people that I'm very privileged to work with have actually visited the plant, have been shown around the facility, have spent 2 days around the staff, actually creating supplements themselves as well. So, you know, we're as confident as we can absolutely be about the fact that all of the claims that this company makes are absolutely true. And the claims they make are that they do deliver the highest range of quality supplements in the world today, and that's because they can afford to do that. Nature's Sunshine are a cash-rich company. They're floated on the stock market, which means that all of the testing that they do, and they test their products 600 times, every product, I mean, they're not just batch testing like a lot of other companies do. They bring a product in and they test everything to do with that product from the moment it arrives at the door to when it leaves as part of a nutritional booster and beyond as well. So they'll even go up to the shelf life of the product and make sure that the quality and the purity and the efficacy of that product is still the same as when they produced it. The other thing that they do is they actually start this process when they source the initial ingredients. Now, Nature's Sunshine products are only developed from food. They are not synthetically made. Everything that is in those products are food state. So when they are developing a product that contains, for example, spirulina or alfalfa or golden seal or whatever it might be, the quality control department, there's a lovely lady called Linda Hammonds. She sounds a bit like Dolly Parton, I love her. She actually visits all of the alfalfa fields all around the world to choose the best quality. So they'll be at least organic and wild crafted, so actually beyond organic. But what she does first of all is she goes into the washrooms to make sure that they've got soap and hot water, so that when the workers are picking that alfalfa or whatever it might be, she knows that in the first instance that it's not going to be contaminated. So everything that arrives at Nature's Sunshine door has had quite stringent checks on it. But even then, 1 to 2% of the products that arrive at the Nature's Sunshine door still get turned away because they will fail that quality control. And very often, sadly, they're bought by other companies, maybe even just down the road, who say, well, Nature's Sunshine don't want the product, but they'll sell it on at a reduced price to another supplements manufacturer. So the other thing that Nature's Sunshine do is, which I love, is that they have over 50 pharmacognoscists, nutritional therapists, herbalists, biochemists, PhDs working for them full-time to create these synergistic products. And we have something like 120 available in this country, but there's probably another 500 that are also available to us from the American market. And what's exciting about Nature's Sunshine that no other company is doing is that they've employed certain PhD and specialists to perform clinical trials on our products. So that means that up until now, no nutritional therapist, nobody that deals with the supplements, we are not allowed to make claims about these products curing you. But with all the clinical trials in place, and they're clinically trialing things, for example, for diabetes, for enlarged prostate, for immune disorders, those kinds of products, that we are actually going to be able to confidently help clients with those sorts of conditions with all the clinical trial background behind us, and that's really, really exciting. The other thing that Nature Sunshine do is that they just don't produce a range of supplements, put it out there, and then they're either sold through a network or sold on a shelf or whatever. They actually train us as well as nutritional therapists. So they are very, very keen to educate us all in nutrition. So my business is based around recommending healthy eating first and filling the gaps with targeted nutritional boosters, if that makes sense to you. And it makes sense, doesn't it, that we are all very different, our bodies are all different, we're all different ages, and therefore our needs are going to be very different. So just everybody having the same multivitamin, for example, doesn't really seem that sensible. So what Nature Sunshine do is they give us the tools, they give us the resources to be able to pinpoint people's particular needs on a regular basis. So we've got the ability to be able to look at underlying causes of disease rather than what I used to do when I was a nurse, and which is what goes on with the conventional medicine, which is to treat the symptoms. So this is really, really powerful, because what you can do is really change people's lives quite dramatically by looking at those underlying causes and boosting the body to be able to deal with that dis-ease. So that sets Nature Sunshine apart, the quality, but also that targeted help that we're taught and supported to be able to give our clients. It doesn't really make sense, really, does it, for you to be able to just go and buy pharmaceuticals off the shelf. You know, you don't know whether you need a statin, you don't know whether or not you need a high blood pressure tablet, you don't know unless you've been to the doctors generally. So you wouldn't do that with pharmaceuticals, so why are you doing it with your supplements? So I hope that has helped you to understand what you need to be looking for if you are deciding to supplement your diet. And unfortunately, the majority of us need to do that because, you know, the gaps in our vitamin and mineral content in our soil now is so poor, you know, compared to what it was 50 to 100 years ago. You know, our food's stored for so long. We're all living really, really busy lives, which means that, you know, our nutritional needs have gone up. There's lots and lots of reasons why we all really need to be taking supplements. So if you are going to take them, then make sure that you spend your money on the highest quality that you can, and that you choose ones that are from food. I use this analogy a lot. It's the same as choosing butter, for example, over a margarine or spread. Now, margarines and spreads are not food. They are completely synthetically made products that are designed to look like food. So if you were to put a pat of butter and a pat of margarine outside, the mice and the rats would eat all of the butter, but they wouldn't even touch the margarine because they don't recognise it as food. And this is the same with your supplements. If you're having synthetically made supplements, your body doesn't recognise it as food, and therefore it will take longer to metabolize it, to synthesize it. You're going to put